Hey y'all, welcome back to my podcast. I'm Miss latesharashae. And if you have not done so already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you are not new, welcome back. I appreciate you. Let's get into a little recap of what's been on my mind lately, and that is Miss Nene Leakes, okay? Now listen, Miss Nene needs no introduction. She was the Real Housewife of Atlanta. She still is the housewife, point blank. When you think of housewives, you think of Nene Leakes. So that's all I'm going to say about that. The show would not be what it is without her. The drama, the memes, the reads, the whole cultural impact that she has, we know this. So she needs no introduction. Ever since this little blackball thing that she claimed she was blackballed from Bravo, she popped back on our screens with a podcast with Sierra from Love and Hip Hop. It was called Me and My Homegirl. I watched that. It was a mess for me. I don't think it was a mess. I think they were a mismatch. I don't think that it was a vibe for anybody. So she's no longer doing that, which was honestly kind of expected for me personally. I didn't think it would last. I said that as soon as I saw the first episode. Sierra got drunk. You can go check that out. Maybe it's still on YouTube. Not sure. But I do want to talk about her branching out on her own with the Nene Leakes show, which is right here on YouTube. Please like her videos. Go subscribe to her channel. Why do I need to give Nene any publicity? I need to get some help. But let's just talk about who she sat down with thus far. I think she did a interview with Carlos King, Deshaun Snow, the most recent Cynthia Bailey. I think she sat down with Tamar and Latasha Scott. So she's been doing her thing, right? But what has stood out to me about this podcast, and I don't even want to say it not in a good way, but kind of sort of not in a good way. Y'all, Nene cutoff game, it's Olympic level, right? She will ask you a question, and before the guest can even breathe, baby, she jumping into the question that she asked to answer it her damn self. It wasn't just once. It was throughout the episodes, especially like I saw that with Deshaun, but more so with this latest interview with Cynthia. So if you haven't watched those interviews, please go do it. I was excited to see Cynthia on the show, to be honest. But throughout these interviews with Deshaun and Cynthia specifically, I just felt like if they weren't talking about the Real Housewives, she just wasn't interested. Like Deshaun tried to get into her wellness journey a lot, and Nene was kind of silent on that or looked uninterested. And I'm not sure if it's her resting bitch face or the Botox that she has gotten recently, but there's no emotion there. I can't tell what her expression is giving. But let me just add that Nene does look good. I am forever a Nene fan, so don't eat me up in my comments, okay? I said this in Nene's comments a few times on Instagram or even on her YouTube. I'm like, girl, you need to be giving commentary on the current season. It's very clear from her podcast that she misses it. Imagine the memes and iconic one-liners we could get from Nene if she just reacted to the what's happening right now. And I think that lane is wide open for her. And it's made for her. Honestly, it comes naturally. We see all of the other podcasters or, providing commentary. Heavenly has been very successful at doing it. No, even if she's not even reviewing her own show, it's just so funny to get those type of people's commentary. I love Funky Dineva. I love when listening to Dr. Heavenly. And even now, Dustin with Carlos King and Claudia has been very funny to me. And really good just tuning in to see, what you're thinking, right? But it's also good to see who's agreeing with you and who watched the same show and got something completely different. So I always love listening to other people's review, and I would love to get that from Nene. Now let's talk about her as a host versus a guest. In my opinion, Nene is a top tier guest. Not the strongest co-host. Her questions are low-key setups just to talk about herself. Like, for instance, with Cynthia, she asked, did you ever think we get that close? Or what is your favorite memory of us together on the show? She said those questions came from fans, but I really don't think so. Like, girl, those are basically invitations to take a walk down her memory lane. At least that's what I thought. Let me know what y'all think. Have you watched it? Drop down in the comments. Let me know. But that's just what I'm getting. The second that Cynthia started to answer questions, Nene would cut her off and say, oh, I'm sorry to cut you off, then launches into how she knows the girls, or sis, just listen. And she kind of takes over the whole interview. And then she keep referencing, I don't watch the show, but from clips that I've seen, and she's been doing this for a while. And I'm like, girl, you want to be back? You want to watch the show? Just admit it. Just do it, okay? I just don't buy for a second that she doesn't watch the show. Do y'all believe that she don't watch the show? Maybe she doesn't, but I think she wants to. And I would like her to, so we can get some really good raw commentary from her. She asked Cynthia about the show now, and which I really loved. I really wish she would have got more into the what's happening right now. But the only thing she did mention was how was Cynthia getting along with the girls and how does she know them? And again, Nene took that question over by telling how she knew all of the girls. But anyway, Cynthia made a good point in this interview stating that back then they were just being themselves. And I think that's really a really honest answer, as opposed to nowadays, these new girls try to perform and they come in thinking like, oh, who can I beef with? How can I make a moment? They come in with preconceived notions based on what they've watched from the show for years and years prior, and then what they see on social media. Hence what Britt did to Kenya. That's what I think. That's just my opinion. It's just what I think. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But now they come in looking and buying for screen time. So go watch that interview. It was really interesting. I feel like Cynthia really gave Nene her flowers. She really, I feel like kind of low-key big. Like, I'm so happy to be back talking to you. I miss our friendship. And Nene gave nothing back. I did say, y'all, a little early in this video, like, Nene does look the F good. She looks good. She looks the best she ever has. And I said that a little bit last year, but right now I feel like Nene is at that edge, like that tip of the iceberg, where she does not need to do any more aesthetic work on her face. I feel like she is right now at a point where she is about to go too far if she decides to do anything additional. So please, please, please stop, Nene. You look good. You have made the right nip and tucks, but don't go any further, because I feel like when you go any further, now you at that like Lil Kim stage. And I said the same thing about Cardi B. Like, I feel like at a certain point she was getting the surgeries. Okay, great. You look better. You look great. And then you'll see them next time and they just have gone too far. But to each his own. My far may not be her far, and vice versa. So I definitely don't want to shade anybody on their appearance, but I do think that she's done a great job aesthetically. And I think that she just needs to stop here while she is recognizable. What else? Nene lives and breathes housewives. I did take from just the last interview with Cynthia and Deshaun that she wants back in. No doubt about it. And I get it. We'd love to see her return to. I know I would. What about you? But in the way she's continuing to move right now, I don't know if Bravo's gonna take the bait. If she could kind of drop the kind of hateration, I think there's a slight hateration, hence why she keeps saying, I don't watch the show. I don't watch the show. I don't watch the show. But you do. You keep talking about the clips you've seen. If you have time to watch all these clips and provide commentary, you clearly have enough time on your hands to watch the show. And I think that would work better for you. I think that she just needs to play her position smarter. She's in a good position right now. She has this podcast. She can use this podcast to show her authentic self. Not only can she go viral, but they might actually consider giving her a seat at the table should this podcast show her in a different light. She's got the personality, of course. She got the voice. She got the fan base. Now she just needs to play it smarter. That's just my take on the Nene Leakes show and seeing her come back into the spotlight. Let me know what y'all think. Should Nene come back? Would you watch a full season of her just doing commentary on her YouTube page? What would you like to see from her? Because those are the things that I would like to see. And forget all these old guests like the Deshaun Souls. Nobody asked you for that. Let's get Shamia on. Let's start talking about the show. Let's get the new girls, Kelly. You say you don't know some of them. Bring them on so you can get to know them. But you do got to find interest, Nene, and do your part as a show host, to make these things interesting, because this thing is hard. Even sitting here in front of the mic myself trying to recap a show, when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got so much to say. But when I get on this mic, it's hard. So I can only imagine interviewing people, and going out on a limb and doing those types of things. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. So I'm rooting for Nene. I want to see more Nene, but I do want it to be interesting. I just can't sit there and watch you again. She was not a solo act. She cannot take all the credit for Housewives being what it was. While she was a staple, so was Cynthia. So was Candy. So was Portia in her own right. So was Phaedra. So was Sheree. Because who gonna check me, boo? So she is not a standalone person. So what I'm saying is that she needs that ensemble cast, and I'm rooting for her to get back on it. Let me know what y'all think about her show. Again, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time.